This device in the very near future will be the first ever commercially produced device to be able to tell you what your blood sugar level is using only light. And today I'm going to tell you how it's possible, how it came about, and what this means for diabetes. Within the next 5 to 10 years, Apple is going to have a device that can help people with diabetes to check their blood sugar levels without needing to prick their fingers with needles. This new device uses sensors that are built into a watch, and it can measure the amount of sugar in your blood by shining a light from the bottom of the device into your skin. The sensors in the device work by using a process called optical sensing. This means that when you wear the device, it shines a light into your skin to measure the amount of light that is reflected back. The reflection allows the watch to calculate your blood sugar levels using a special mathematical equation called an algorithm. Now, this device is also very convenient because unlike the current blood glucose monitors like Dexcom, Libre, and Eversense, it does not need a special prescription. It will never need to be changed. It does not need a special sticker to attach to your body. And it will never, I repeat, never require you to poke your body again. You just need to wear it on your wrist or hold it up to your skin, and it will give you an instant reading of your blood sugar levels. Now, this can be very helpful for people with diabetes like me who need to check their blood sugar levels frequently throughout the day. Steve Jobs was the co-founder of Apple, which is a company that makes iPhones, iPads, and other cool gadgets. And if you haven't heard of them, let me be the first to just move that rock that you've been hiding under for the last decade. Now, did you know that in 2003, over 20 years ago, before the launch of the iPhone, he was diagnosed with a rare form of pancreatic cancer, which is a type of cancer that affects an organ in the body that, if damaged, can cause type 1 diabetes. Now, pancreatic cancer can be very serious, and it can even spread throughout other parts of the body. And Steve Jobs, he underwent surgery to remove these cancerous tumors. But unfortunately, the cancer kept coming back, and Steve ultimately lost his battle with cancer. Now, in 2011, Steve Jobs passed away due to complications with pancreatic cancer, and his death was very sad for many people who loved and admired him. And it reminded us of just how important it is to take care of our health and to get regular checkups with our doctor. Now, although Steve Jobs' battle with cancer was difficult, his legacy lives on through the amazing technology that he helped create and the ways in which he changed the world with this technology. Now, I'll be honest, I've never been an Apple type of guy, but this next gadget, this changes everything. Now, after his diagnosis and treatment, Steve began to lose his ability to control his blood sugars normally. And rumor has it that the part of diabetes that Steve hated the most was constantly having to poke his fingers to check his blood sugar levels. Now, Steve Jobs had a special team. They're called the Moonshot team. And this team is made up of really smart people who worked on projects that were very important and almost impossible. The name Moonshot comes from the idea of sending people into space to the moon, which is a really big and a difficult thing to do. So Steve Jobs wanted his Moonshot team to work on projects that were just as big and challenging, like blood sugar readings from a watch. A few of the things that the Moonshot team worked on were the original iPhone and iPad and the original Apple Watch. Now, these projects at the time were very important and difficult, but ultimately they changed the way that we see technology and the way that we do things. Now, if you've ever worn a smartwatch, you may have seen that strange light emitting from underneath your wrist. In many smartwatches, this light works to calculate things already like heart rate and blood oxygen levels and even hydration. But in the near future, thanks to the Moonshot team, this light will also read your blood sugar levels using a new sensor called an optical spectroscopy or optical absorption spectroscopy. Now this is a big name, but it's actually a way to measure how much a certain substance is in a sample. And in this case, glucose monitoring. Now this method works by shining a special light onto the sample. In this case, it's going to be the skin just underneath your watch. Then the different substances in the skin will absorb that light in different ways, depending on the chemical properties. By measuring how much of the light is absorbed, the device can determine how much glucose is in your blood. To make this process easier, the device shines different colors of light onto your skin. As you can see here, my current watch, which is a Samsung watch, seems to only emit green light. But using these different colors, they're able to measure how much of each color is absorbed and reflected. And this creates a spectrum of light which can be analyzed to determine the glucose level in your blood. And this method is non-invasive, meaning it doesn't require pricking of your fingers to get a blood sample, which is much more comfortable and convenient than poking yourself with a sharp object. Hey, if you're type 1, type 2, Amati, or Alada, and content like this is important to you, make sure you subscribe to this channel and I will do my best to keep you up to date on what's going on in the world of diabetes. So is this the end of giants like Dexcom? Not yet, but Apple's non-invasive glucose monitoring may cause the industry to have to pivot sharply in the very near future. Now overall, Apple's new non-invasive glucose monitor is a great example of how technology can help people with health conditions to manage their health more easily and more comfortably. If you've ever tried a continuous glucose monitor, you know that the current CGM industry uses small devices that have even smaller sensors that have to be poked into your skin to read your sugar levels. And these devices have to be changed every few days, and it can be uncomfortable and painful for most people. Now, other companies may start to develop their own non-invasive glucose monitors to compete with Apple's device. In fact, there are companies already like BoydSense, K-Watch, and GlucoClip that already have this type of technology that they are looking to develop and produce for diabetics like you and me. This will lead to more options in the market for diabetics with lower prices for products and better technology for glucose monitoring. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you found the information today helpful and informative. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave those below. I'm Ben, I'm Type Me, and I will see you next time.